thing on. At the end of the day, this not nigga you want to with.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you, you not this nigga you want to with.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you need to know about me?
I'm trying to figure out why you so upset because I pulled up.
Why you pull up? That's the question. Why you pull up? That's the question. I didn't know why you pull up.
We've been getting calls about you.
Nah, you ain't make it a call about. I just pulled up to my house from off of work. This not you want with. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Why are you sitting?
This is not you want with. You can pull up all the cops you want to pull up. This is not you want to pull up.
Hey, put your gun down.
No.
Put your gun down.
This is you want with.
Put your gun down.
You talking about? No, I ain't putting shit down. I'm not putting shit down. This is not you want with. Let me keep it real with you. Hey, man, get on my property. Get on my property.
Get on the ground.
Yeah, I ain't get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
I'm not getting on the ground.
Get on the ground.
I'm not getting on the ground. This is my property.
He's intoxicated.
No, I know intoxicated shit.
Keep it on your head, man.
Man, let me tell you something.
Don't talk.
You with the wrong people.
I just want to talk to you.
What you want to talk about?
I want to talk to you.
What?
About your
Yeah,
driving.
get back inside.
My driving what?
Your reckless driving.
Where?
Ma'am, get back inside.
I'm not leaving y'all out here.
No.
I'm not leaving y'all out here.
Look, what's your name, sir? Let me
Dude, what reckless driver you got? What reckless driver you got? No.
Hey, sir. Let me see you. Hey, what's your name?
Dude, let me tell you something.
Husband and your wife.
Let me tell you something. I'm not nigga. Listen to me. Put your camera on. God, get off my property. You the nigga. I'm about to deal with. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm nigga. I'm gonna tell you something. My property.
Hey,
I didn't do you nothing.
that's your husband.
I didn't do you nothing.
Calm
No,
down.
I'm not.
That's your husband.
Calm down. Yes.
Okay, let's talk. I just want to talk to him, okay?
You don't want to talk to me about nothing.
At this point, I don't want shit to happen. I just want to talk to him.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Y'all,
Let me tell you something. I'm not the nigga you want to deal
what's
with.
your husband's name?
I'm not the nigga you want to deal with.
Stop.
What's your
I'm not the nigga you want to deal with. Let me tell you something.
Get in
Shut up. Shut your ass up. Shut your white up. Let me talk to this man here. Ass up. Get your ass up.
Talk to you
the
then.
Get in the house.
Get your ass off here. Ass on my property. Get your ass off my property. Get your ass off.
Hey, listen.
Calm down.
Listen.
Get your ass off my property.
Charles, no. Charles, no. Charles. Oh, my God.
I'm the you want to kill.
Charles.
Romantic. Get off the ground. I can't see his hands.
Let me see your fucking hands, man.
Show your hands. Can't see his hands. Can't see his hands. Fucking get behind that. Get behind the engine block. Get behind the engine block.
He's still moving.
Back up. Still moving. Back here. You okay? Anybody hit? No. Anybody hit?
What's good, everybody, and welcome to the Culture Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Juice, and today what we're going to be talking about is Charles Williams Jr., a man from Corinth, Texas, Denton County to be exact. And what made me want to speak on this topic and give my thoughts and opinions on it is the fact that I was actually scrolling Facebook one day, and I just so happened to see a video. And this happened in February of 2021. And the first thing I thought when I saw the video was, I was just kind of like, well, damn, what's the backstory? Because in the video, you can only see a few minutes of something that could have, you don't know how it started. The only thing you see is, basically how it finished. So I just kind of wanted to get a backstory of it, figure out like what the hell, caused something like that to happen. And anytime I see like police shootings, especially when it involves a black person, I always just kind of like shake my head to it. But it's almost like, you get used to it. It's like expected. So it's almost like shit, when the next time. And so I kind of was just trying to figure out like how did it start? And the fact that he survived being shot 9 times is crazy. And just kind of seeing that video, I always think to myself like, what would I do if I was in that position? What would I do? How would I handle it? And in the moment, what I'm looking at the video, I'm like, man, I would have did some of the same shit he did. I would have acted the same way. I'm in my crib. I'm in my yard. Why is you here? Why is you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, get the hell on. But at the same time, you kind of you see some parts of where he went wrong, or it's like, well, what the hell was you thinking? Because it wasn't as it didn't have to be like that on both sides. Is shit that both of them could have did. The both sides, the police and Mr. Williams, that could have prevented what happened. But I did like a deep dive, did some research to kind of, you know, possibly kind of figure out what his state of mind was at the time. In the video, you hear him say that he was just pulling up to his crib, right? And the crazy thing about it is that he said he was just getting off work. When the police are concerned that he's intoxicated. So the first thing in my mind was like, well, did y'all see him? Like, how did it get to the crib? Like, did he just speed off? Like, did he not? Did y'all try to pull him over? He never stopped. Like, how did it get to his house? How did he make it there? And so, come to find out, the police actually never followed him. They never, he was never like pulled over. It was actually the police received a call, from somebody else about a drunk driver. And they actually followed him. The person who called the police followed him to his crib. And from what they said, it was almost struck by him. And they basically gave that information to the police of where he stayed. And that's how the police got to the crib. And so when the police get there, he's already on his front porch, and that's kind of where the ring camera picks up, and you start seeing everything that's going on. And in the video, you see the first thing the officer asks is, how you doing? And you could tell he's on 10, because it's like, I don't know, you tell me. Some shit I would have said. But and to be honest, he did, just looking at the video, he did seem like he was kind of like, I don't want to say drunk, but he did seem like he had a lot on his mind. He did seem angry, but it do seem like that anger didn't really boil over until his wife came outside. But so and in Texas, and what's the crazy part is that I was sitting there thinking like, how the hell he just put his gun out and he ain't get shot? They was just like, put the gun down, put the gun down. It can't be Florida, but Texas, they open carry, so it may have, they might be a little different than how they handle like, people pulling guns or whatever. But the one thing I will say though is that at least nothing did happen, because you can clearly see he didn't pull the gun to be malicious. He pulled the gun from his waist and he put it on his pocket, his side pocket. You know what I'm saying? And so Then you have the back and forth from the officer and him, and it really didn't escalate too bad until the white police officer came, the lady, Flat Officer Flat, and she was kind of uh kind of amping it up a little bit, and then of course it makes it worse when you got multiple police officers coming, making this bigger than what it is, and not to mention, um, she was actually the one that where it started. I mean, not to say she was wrong, but I don't think at that time, like, it was to that point, because again, he's home. He's yelling, but he not being aggressive. He not walking up on nothing. He not threatening nobody. And I think what really got to Officer Flack, again, this is the white officer. She, I think that when he told her to shut the fuck up, when you shut your white ass up, and was basically telling the black cop that I want to talk to you, and not to say that's the reason why she did it, but I'm just saying, next thing you know, she go get the shotgun. But I will say it wasn't like she had the lethal. She was using the bean bags, so she didn't shoot. So the first couple shots you see, it's not actual bullets being shot. It's actually bean bags. They just trying to stun him, probably detain him, figure out what's going on, and whatever. A lot of time, you know how it is, man. It's like you got to do exactly what these officers say, and even sometimes then it ain't no guarantee that ain't nothing gonna go wrong. But I do think that him being aggressive and the way he is, the way he was, was kind of, it didn't help, you know. And of course, the police, they gonna want to show their power anyway, so they ain't even finna go for the end of that. So but and then that's when you kind of see him pull his, once he gets shot with the bean bags. You see he about to pull his, and then you see his wife. You hear his wife telling him like, "No, don't do it." When he pull his and he starts shooting, and then they going back and forth. And he got shot a few times, and even his wife got shot, I believe, in the shoulder. And him surviving that, like I said, is crazy to me. To be shot point blank like that, kind of close, and it still kind of survive. But I mean, he was heavy set too, kind of big, like not fat, but kind of big. So maybe he had some cushion in there to hold them bullets or something. I don't know. I ain't surviving 9 shots. But but again, so leading up to that, so he was charged. Obviously, he survived and got hit with 3 felonies: aggravated assault on a peace officer, and each charge was 5 to 99 years, life. If he convicted. And in my mind, I was just blown that he was charged. But I mean, it was like I had mixed emotions about it, because it was like I really ain't seen nothing he did wrong. I feel like he shouldn't have put them. He shouldn't have shot back. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. That type of situation is crazy, because I really don't know what I would have did in that situation. I don't think I would have pulled my gun and tried to shoot or nothing like that. But I definitely wouldn't have got aggressive like that. But again, that's where mindset comes. You don't know a person's mindset, and that kind of goes into what people think. Spur of the moments, when you're going through something, you could be good all your life, but you could be going through something so traumatic, so bad, or you just have a lot of stuff going on, and then in that moment you just kind of snap. And I don't think that your whole life should be taken away for one bad moment. obviously you should have some punishment, which, he did get some type of punishment, but just sometimes, life, and we all go through it. So only difference between us and the people that we talk about is they shit in public. Ours not, so, um, but so he, again, this happened in 2021 and he just got sentenced last week. So it took like almost 2 years to for them to actually go to trial and everything. And t- to my amazement, he didn't beat it because he was found guilty. But the jury, they decided that they felt like he should get probation. They recommended probation, and if he violated his probation, then they recommended that he go to prison for 10 years. And he had a bunch of people come to kind of testify to his character. A lot of people who basically said that they didn't know who this person was that night, and come to find out he's actually been battling cancer. Not only that, he's been going through chemo. His dad is undergoing treatment for chemo for cancer as well. His mom died from cancer in 2006. So you can only imagine what, he's been going through, what he's been thinking, what's been on his mind. And, that don't excuse doing something that you shouldn't, because we all go through stuff, and that don't give us an excuse to just go do something bad or do something that we know is wrong. But at the same time, it's like sometimes life is throw shit at you and you can't handle sometimes. And I think in this situation, it's like it kind of make you think, like, in his mind, he ain't no telling what was going on in his mind at the time. Ain't no telling what he was dealing with. Well, I just gave you some reasons, but it seemed like to me, man, he was ready to risk it all. He didn't care, whether he lived or died. And that's a dangerous person when you have somebody like that don't care about nothing, that don't feel like they got nothing to lose, and they'll risk it all no matter what. And sometimes you might get in that feeling. Sometimes you might feel like that, but that shit ain't. Lucky for him, God blessed him to be able to live and survive through it. And not just that, he was able to, even though, because he's still a convicted felon, he can't have no guns for the rest of his life. So he's still gonna, have that felon label, but he escaped with his life. He escaped with his freedom. At least outside, he not in prison. He got to see the probation officer. He got to follow their rules and stuff like that. But as far as the ultimate thing, which is life, and to be able to live, and enjoy it, he got that. And and what's crazy is that the officers that were involved, they testified, and of course they all wanted to see him in jail. They felt it was wrong, but none of them gave statements after the verdict. The only one who did was the chief of the police department, and he basically just said he didn't gonna question the jury, but he was very shocked that a person could do what he did and basically get off the way he did. And but shit, that's how we feel when police get off, when they kill us. Shit, that's exactly how we feel. We be saying same shit he said. Like, how the hell we just seen you killed this man on camera, and you still finna get off? Yep, that's exactly how we feel. So hey, and shit, and he got probation. These officers don't be getting nothing. They be getting off. You know what I'm saying? So Hey, but but yeah, man, I just kind of wanted to, touch on it a little bit because I saw it on Facebook and I just thought, here we go again, and and it's crazy because normally like when I don't be seeing like police shootings this late, for me to see this 2 years later. But then again, I don't be on social media like that, so that's probably why I'm trying to get back into it. Um, but yeah, man. So more of the story, no matter what, do what the hell the police say, or else. Oh, but one thing I almost forgot. One of the most craziest things of this thing that I thought was the fact that his jury was mostly white. Like mostly white. He had 5 women and 8 men. And most of them was white. So I was kind of shocked by that. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, anyways, so I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And just subscribe, like, comment,